How can you not run of things to say in a conversation, right? It's very interesting because I've struggled with this in the past as well. And something that kind of flipped the switch in my head is understanding that it's not really about what you say, it's about what you don't say. Take that in for a second. It's really not about what you say, it's about what you don't say. Dale Carnegie would approve of this 100%. Dale Carnegie, if you don't know, is the OG of self-improvement. He wrote a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And in that book, he spoke a lot about this concept, about speaking less than the other person. That makes you the best conversationalist ever. In the room, with your friends, in your family, it makes you the best conversationalist when you can listen more than you speak. That is powerful, and it's a really powerful tool. Now, what you have to understand is that most people, when they tackle this question, they'll tell you, and I've been there, most people tell you, oh, say this sentence or say this. And essentially what you do is you talk to someone and then you talk about the weather and they tell you to talk about this weird thing. And it's so awkward. You're like, how's the weather today? They teach you these quick tips and tricks and it doesn't work. What works is frameworks, honestly. I'm going to teach you a framework that really works and essentially gets the other person to speak more. Because if you think about it, this is the goal. The goal is not for you to think of this one sentence to say so it's not awkward. The goal, if you don't want to run out of things to say, is you don't even worry about the things to say. You just think of ways to get the other person to talk more. Yeah, you'd have to talk to get them to talk more, but it's not like you're talking about yourself. You're not expanding your ego. You're not speaking about your accomplishments, your goals. No one cares. This is the harsh truth of life. Most people really don't care about what you have to say, right? The reason you're listening to me right now is because I'm giving you value. Otherwise, you don't care. You don't care about me. You don't care what I have to say. That is the sad truth. And when you're speaking to a stranger, to your friend, they don't care about what you have to say. So if you're a good conversationalist, you learn that. And you learn that hard truth of life. And you use that to your advantage. And you ask people questions. And you empathize with them. And you get people to speak more and more and more. Essentially, it'd be like 80% them and 20% you. That is the goal. That is the goal. And I've been able to do that with a lot of people that are not even aware that I'm doing it to them because they're so bad at even their conversation skills, etc. It's a thing that you have to level up. And it's not a bad thing that you're bad at this, but you level this up. And let's level this up together. I'm going to give you 2 frameworks. And this is not a quick tip, a quick trick, or a sentence to talk about the weather. You need, first of all, before I get into the framework, you need to understand that you need to love the silence. You need to embrace the silence. In conversations, in good conversations, not the ones that you go into, with people just interrupting you and your friend interrupting you. Good conversations, you let the other person speak and you listen to them and you even take a little break, like 2, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6, 7, 8. You think about what they have to say. Like that. You take it in. You don't interrupt the other person. Most conversations, you go into a conversation with a friend and they're already thinking about the next thing they want to say. They're not even present with you. So you need to start embracing that silence. You need to start loving that silence. I know it sounds weird. I know you never heard this before. But it's like almost like a meditation. You embrace the silence. You don't get awkward about it. It's not that weird. And I hinted about meditation, right? You take every single word that the person is speaking to you, right? The person is speaking to you in front of your face. You take every single word that they have to say and you take it in. Use it almost like a meditation, right? In meditation, they teach you to focus on your breath, to count your breath. Here, you're focusing on their last words, their last few words. That's a great, great way to preface what I'm about to say. So essentially, we talked a lot about, okay, don't worry about what to say. It's about what you don't say. That's how you don't run out of things to say, right? It's about what you don't say and how you get the other person to speak more. So how do we get the other person to speak more? And yeah, we have to say things to get them to speak more, but it's very short. So essentially, the first tip I said I'm not going to teach you tips and tricks. The first framework is called mirroring. This is used in negotiations. Chris Voss is actually the one I learned this from. He used to be an FBI negotiator. So this is super crucial, something you can use with friends, family, relationships, anyone. It just has to be natural, and you get used to it and you actually make it natural, and it's not weird. So mirroring is actually using or repeating back the last 2 to 3 words of a sentence. So let's say I say, last week I got my job at this company. You'd say, you want to mirror me, you'd say, you got a job at X? At this company? And that, what it does essentially, it gets me, the person who's speaking, to understand that you actually listen to me. You're actually empathizing with what I have to say. You're present. People, again, love to be heard. So if you can offer that gift to the person, it's super, super powerful. They'll love you for that. Because most people cannot do that. Most people can't mirror. Most people don't listen. Actually, they're not even present, right? They're thinking about that video on TikTok that they just watched. They're not even present with you. So if you can have that advantage, bro, you will be a killer. I'm not even kidding. Like in conversations, people will love you. You'll be the highlight. You mirror. Think of the last 2, 3 words they say and ask them a question about it. So let's say I say, I just got this microphone the other day. You got the microphone? And you listen. You don't say anything. You let that silence go in. You're not afraid of silence anymore, right? We taught you not to be afraid of silence. And you listen. It's super, super crucial. Right? So we did that. An advanced tip about mirroring is that you can repeat a few words that they said, not only at the end. So if you take in a few words that they said in their sentence, you mirror that as well. So this is kind of a very beginner one. So a more advanced one to get another person to speak more. Obviously, you can ask them questions and so on, but sometimes it's kind of boring. You want something else. This is called labeling. Again, Chris Voss is the OG of this. He taught me this as well. Labeling is super, super important for a few reasons. Number one, it neutralizes negative thoughts and negative speech, negative emotions. So let's say I'm very negative. I'm having really negative emotions, and I'm actually talking to you, and you feel that. I'm really mad, right? I'm upset about this thing. I just got fired from my job. It's so annoying. I'm really pissed. What you would do is you would label that. You would start the labeling. It's a framework, right? It's not a word for word thing, but there's a framework to it. And there's 3 ways that you can label. It feels like, it seems like, it sounds like, it looks like. It's some more than 3. But you get the framework, right? It seems like, it looks like, it seems like. I said the same thing twice. It feels like. So all those kind of things are kind of similar. You know what I'm trying to say? But essentially, and then you continue that. It seems like you're really upset about this job. And you pause. Again, you let the other person speak. You don't interrupt them. Let them speak. Again, what this does, it lets them know that you're listening, that you're present, you empathize with them. This is empathy 101. You want the person to know you're actually listening? Do this. People love to be heard. And the second bonus that this does is, I hinted at this, and neutralizes negative thoughts. So let's say I'm having really negative thoughts. Like I just said, I just got fired. And you're saying, it seems like you're really upset about this job. What that does, and I don't know the science of it, but there's like science to this. You'd actually feel better if I do that. You'll feel less negative. You'll feel less mad. It'll neutralize those negative thoughts that you're having. Imagine being able to help your friends, your family, your loved ones with this, right? They're having really negative thoughts. It sounds like this is really bothering you. Stop. It feels like this is really upsetting you. It sounds like this is an issue. Right? So all these things, and you stop, you let them talk. And that's the bonus. It can neutralize negative thoughts. And the other way around, if they're positive, it actually increases those positive emotions. So let's say I'm really positive, right? I had a good day. Today I got hired at Wendy's, whatever. Today I got hired at Wendy's. I'm really happy. I'm really excited. Now I can flip burgers and so on. Nothing against Wendy's. It's just like a funny story that I just thought about on the spot. So I'm laughing. So yeah, I'm really happy about Wendy's, etc. And you're like, it feels like you're really happy about this new job. And that actually, scientifically, bro science, well, no, it's not bro science. I'm just kidding. There's actual science to this. So I read this and Chris Voss explains it very well. It neutralizes negative thoughts and actually promotes those positive emotions and thoughts that you're having. And so if you were to kind of label my positive thoughts now, I'd actually feel more positive. It kind of increases those positive thoughts. So again, think about the power that you can use to help your friends and family even feel better. So these are great tools and frameworks that you can use to get the other person to speak more. Because at the end of the day, as I told you before, it's not about speaking more. It's not about thinking about that sentence, about that line. It's about listening and being more careful and actually taking in what the other person has to say. That's how you don't run out of things to say, right? You listen more, you ask more, you empathize more. There's no quick line or thing to say. Like, yeah, you can say things. But essentially, this is the framework that will actually help you in the long run. People would love you. You'd be one of the best conversationalists known in your friends, in your circle of friends, family, etc. This is what you need to use. So again, bro, I kind of twisted this question. It's not about what you have to say. Like, how do I'm scared of the science. I'm scared of, what if there's this awkward 10-second phrase. I don't know what to say. Don't worry. Let the other person speak more. Look at them in the eye like I'm looking at you now. And even like stop for a few seconds and be like nodding your head, thinking. Take it in, empathize with the other person, be present, ask questions. That's how you win. So I hope this video helped, bro. I hope they gave you new insight, right? That's not what most people teach you. Most people be like, talk about the weather, ask them how they're feeling, ask them about their shoes, ask them about the hobby that they like to do. It's so like robotic. You want frameworks. You don't want to remember this line or that line, right? So this is a great framework, and I hope it helps you, bro, to have more thoughtful conversations with people. And this will get you deeper with people as well. This is kind of a hack that will get people to open up more. You'd be surprised what you can do with these two techniques. People can open up, and I've had people open up on a very, very deep level with me. Strangers, Uber drivers. Literally today, I spoke to an Uber driver. We were speaking, I don't know about what, but he told me everything. And I don't even want to share it with you guys because it's so personal. He told me how much he's making from this ride. He told me how much this, and not because because of me, because I empathize with him, because I was there, I was super present. When was last time an Uber driver told you, oh, I'm making $23 from this ride? He was super comfortable with me because I try these things. I was super present, thoughtful, asking questions, mirroring, engaging with him, listening more than I speak. Super, super powerful. And that's kind of the indirect thing that you can get from this. You get people to open up, and super powerful. And yeah, I hope it helps, bro. We'll talk soon. Click down below. There's a Discord of other young men on self-improvement. I'm there as well. We're leveling up together. I'll see you soon, bro. Peace.